unfortunately, even what you think is innocent, the innocent use of most of these apps can land a kid in a really bad situation. On today's Angela Answers, Fisher's police detective J.D. Floyd is here with what some are calling the 10 most dangerous apps for kids. And J.D., nice to see you. We talked about this because we had a lot of parents, their tablets are everywhere, their kids are getting smartphones at younger ages. I had a friend who has a daughter who's 12 and had one of these we're going to talk about on a phone, and she said, I had no idea. Before we start talking about them specifically in general, there are some on here that you say there are definite no-nos.
Absolutely. There's several apps that we've listed on here that if you see these on your children's devices, they don't need to be there.
Okay, and what age group are you talking?
I'm talking minors, anybody under the age of 18.
Okay, so we're not talking, I know a lot of people say, well, oh, this says for 13 or under, or not for 13 and under, so they're letting their 13-year-old have these, and you're saying probably not even that.
Correct.
Let's break it down. Let's put the 5 up there first that we're going to talk about. Go over some of these and highlight maybe some, because we're probably not going to be able to talk about each one specifically, that you see are big issues.
Tinder. Tinder is an app that is designed for adults, and it's a dating app basically, so that's something that children don't need to be associated with at all. It is has geolocation.
Okay, we'll talk about that too in a minute, what that is, because a lot of that is what we're seeing. What do you not like about Whisper and Blender? Those are two that you say absolutely not?
Absolutely not. Whisper is designed for anonymity, and it does, you share images and you can edit images. It's a real cyberbullying threat. But simply because it's designed for anonymity and it has geolocation services, I would say definitely no for children.
What you're talking about there on those locations, that's where people can see where you are. Is that right, or is it more to it than that?
Well, it's a broad area, but it's a close area.
Okay.
So within a certain perimeter, a circumference, say
Okay.
10 miles.
And so you are telling people and parents, you know that it has this, disable that.
Yes.
Okay, let's put up the next 5 to make sure we get through this. Ask FM is the reason though I did this segment, because the friend of mine, their daughter had this, and they looked to see what people were saying, and they were floored at what people were saying to each other. What about this do you not like?
It uses anonymity. So people can hide behind that anonymity. Kids especially can hide behind that to say things that they wouldn't normally say. And it is a Q&A, so there's no real regulation of it. It's got limited authentication, and although it's the terms of use say it's not for children under 13, that depends on the honesty of the person that's registering.
Pick out 1 or 2 more that you see on here that you want to make sure that, hey, we highlight. I mean, there's the one I don't even know how to say.
Omegle, I would say.
Like, how do you say that?
Omegle, I would say absolutely no.
Okay, what about that one do you not like?
There is a lot of questionable material being shared on Omegle, and it just connects you with random people. So
this is stuff that you're investigating. I mean, you see people using these sites all the time to do things that are inappropriate. What overall do you say to parents that from what you see from these apps and what people are using them for, how dangerous can they be?
They can be very dangerous. It's super important that when your children have access to digital media devices especially, or any contact with the internet, that they are supervised and that you're paying attention to what they're doing, because they can be victimized, and people are looking to victimize them.
J.D., thank you so much for this information. Again, if you didn't get all of those, you want to email me, I can send you the detective's information on that and why you should be, you know, keeping a close eye. But every week I do answer your questions for you right there. Angela Answers is the place to go. If you have a question for me, you can post it on my section at fox59.com or tweet your question to hashtag Angela Answers. Right now we're going to talk to Jim, and I know you have 2 little girls too, and it's so nerve-wracking to kind of see, you know, trying to keep up with this technology.